Hey everybody, Sean from Movie Assault here, and it is time for my monthly Blu-ray and DVD pickups video. This time out, it is for August of 2021. This time out, I've got stuff from Dollar Tree, Walmart, eBay, and Amazon. Not necessarily in that order, but I'll start with the Dollar Tree stuff, and I'll start with the DVDs I picked up. First up is Death Kiss. This is a 2018 movie. This is from Uncorked Entertainment and stars Robert Kovacs, Richard Tyson, Eva Hamilton, and Daniel Baldwin. And I did watch this one. This is definitely a movie that's going to appeal to fans of like the 80s Death Wish movies, not necessarily the 1974, 1973 original. That was a little more of a, I don't want to say highbrow, but it was a little more of a quality film. This is more of a straight up revenge vigilante film. If you're a fan of the 80s Death Wish films or a fan of the Cannon era Bronson movies, you'll get a big kick out of this. It is not a good film by any stretch of the imagination, but it is fun for those who like those Reagan era revenge flicks from the 80s. Also picked up Eminence Hill, and this stars Lance Henriksen, Barry Corbin, and Dominique Swain. And this is also from Uncorked Entertainment. It's a Western. I don't know anything about it. If you've seen this or any of the other films that I've picked up today or this month, let me know. And the last of the DVDs from Dollar Tree is this one. It's called Not Quite Hollywood. And this is about the Australian Ozploitation industry. It says, finally a documentary full of gratuitous nudity, senseless violence, car crashes, and a bit of kung fu. And this was released by Magnet and is rated R. It says 100 consistently hilarious and jaw-dropping minutes. Not Quite Hollywood. Then on Blu-ray, I picked up, I know a lot of people have picked this one up. I picked up Blue Iguana. And this is from VVS Films. This stars Sam Rockwell, Ben Schwartz. Don't know much about it, but I do like Sam Rockwell, and I've heard a lot of good things about this one, so I figured I would pick it up. And also picked up Hammer of the Gods. And this one is also a Magnet film. And this stars Charlie Bewley, Elliot Cohen, and Clive Standen. Rated R. Looks like it is a Viking film. Another Magnet movie starring Wes Bentley, Kate Maberly, Christian Slater, and Stephen Dorff, Rites of Passage. Also rated R. And then this is one that I had heard of prior to seeing it at Dollar Tree. This is also from VVS Films. This is Blind Spotting. And when I posted this on Instagram, a lot of people said that this was really, really good. Of those movies that I picked up, besides Death Kiss, this is the only one that I had heard of before. And this stars Daveed Diggs and Rafael Casal. I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly. But I'm looking forward to watching this one because I've heard a lot of good things on that one. All right, that wraps up Dollar Tree. Let's do Amazon here. And these are all Blu-ray except for this one. Excuse me, this is, of course, Movie Hoarders, from VHS to DVD and beyond. I have a full review of this one on the channel. It was my last video that I posted, so I'll put a link to that above here, right there. And check that out to get my full feelings on that one. This one I just got yesterday, or no, Sunday. I picked this up, so I've only had this for 2 days. I've reversed the artwork. It is also known as Dark Angel, but it was released in the United States as I Come in Peace, starring Dolph Lundgren. And I haven't seen this one since I saw it in theaters in 1990. It played at the theater that I was working at the time. So I have a very vague memory of what this is, but what I do remember, it was pretty entertaining. Dolph Lundgren plays a cop, and he is chasing an alien, but I don't remember anything, so it'll pretty much be like watching it for the first time when I watch it. And then here is the, you can see there the original artwork that came on it. This is from Scream Factory and is rated R. Also from Scream Factory, I picked this one up, Sleepaway Camp. This, of course, is a classic 80s slasher film with the iconic ending. I used to have the medical kit looking set with this and Sleepaway 2 and 3, and then some footage from what was supposed to be Return to Sleepaway Camp or Sleepaway Camp 4. I'm not sure what they titled it. I don't think it ever ended up getting made. But I ended up selling that one. So I wanted to add this back to my collection. So the original is really the only one that I'm interested in. I'm not too fond of any of the sequels. Another new release from Shout Factory. This is the Oh God collection, and this includes all 3 of the Oh God movies starring George Burns, which is Oh God Book 2 and Oh God, You Devil. And I haven't seen the 3rd one. I saw the original 2, the first 2, in the theater when I was a lot younger. The first one came out in 1977. The second one came out in 1980, and then the 3rd one came out in 84, but I did not see that. Of course, it does have the slipcover, same artwork underneath. So I've heard that the 3rd one is not as good as the first 2, but George Burns is always entertaining, so it can't be that bad. And then sort of the crown jewel of this month is, and I haven't opened this yet, is the Dimension Trilogy from Arrow Video. And this includes, on disc 1, Dimension, disc 2, Return of Dimension, and disc 3, Wrath of Dimension. And I have somewhere here, I have this from Mill Creek, this version of the Dimension Trilogy. And this one looks good, and there's nothing wrong with it, but it does not have the same treatment that Arrow usually gives things. And I'm really, if I had to stack Mill Creek against Arrow, I'm going to go with Arrow every time. And plus the packaging on this is just fantastic. So I'll probably end up keeping the Mill Creek one, but glad to have this one because I love the Dimension Trilogy. And that's it for Amazon. Next up is Walmart. And I'll do with the DVDs first. First up is Howl from Beyond the Fog. And this is actually a very short movie. This is only like 30 minutes. And it is a kind of a new take on a kaiju film, but it's done with puppets. And it's very, very good. I actually watched it on Amazon Prime, I believe. But wanted to have it on DVD. Picked this up for $7, $6.96 I think it was, from Amazon, or from Walmart rather. And this was released by MVD Visual, and there is a making of documentary that is 35 minutes long. So when you look at the back of this, it says it's 70 minutes, so that might be kind of misleading, but the movie itself is 30 minutes or 35 minutes, and then the making of is 35 minutes. And the making is just as interesting as the movie. It's very, very good, very, very interesting. So I'm glad to have this in my collection. The rest of these were blind buys. I have not seen this one. These were all on clearance. I got them for $2, $3, and $2. So spent a total of $7 for these next 3 films. First up is Richard Jewell. And this is directed by Clint Eastwood. Stars Sam Rockwell, Kathy Bates, John Hamm, Olivia Wilde, and Paul Walter Hauser. I'm assuming he plays Richard Jewell because he's the only one I don't know what he looks like. And this is an interesting story. There was a TV series called Manhunt, I believe, that that did a version of this story. So I'm very interested to see how this stacks up. This, of course, is dealing with the 1996 Olympic bombing and how the feds tried to pin it on this security guard who discovered the bomb, who was named Richard Jewell. So I'm very interested to see how this turned out. As a movie, that is. I know what happened in real life. This one I picked up because it has Kevin James as a villain, which is interesting. It's called Becky. The hunted becomes the hunter. And it says, and the one reason I picked it up, I thought it was kind of hilarious. It says, a gory, blood-spattered, fever dream take on Home Alone. And that just sounded interesting. It's rated R from Quiver Distribution. And I've heard it isn't that great of a movie, but I mean, I'm just interested to see what Kevin James does as a villain. And then this is a double feature featuring Jason Statham in Homefront and Jake Gyllenhaal in End of Watch. I've heard End of Watch is really good. I have not heard much, if anything, about Homefront. But both of these are rated R, and this was released by Universal, which is interesting. So 2 action films. And then next up are my eBay pickups, and these are all Blu-rays. First up is a pair of Alfred Hitchcock films that I picked up, actually just received in the mail yesterday. First up is Rear Window. This was the most recent Alfred Hitchcock movie that I've watched, and I really love this. I had never seen it before. James Stewart is fantastic in this. For an older film, it's just a testament to the quality and the prowess of Alfred Hitchcock as a director, because I was, this is a PG movie. I was still on the edge of my seat for the whole thing. The staging of it is just magnificent, just all around amazing movie. I need to get some more Alfred Hitchcock into my collection. Just absolutely catapulted into my top 10 as far as movies go. I really love this. This was amazing. Grace Kelly is in that, and Wendell Corey, Thelma Ritter, and Raymond Burr. Can't forget Raymond Burr in that one. Very chilling performance. And then I also got this from the same seller. This is Psycho. It's a steelbook. It's a little beat up, but not in terrible condition. But you can see the disc. This was actually the first Alfred Hitchcock movie that I've ever seen. And it wasn't recently that I saw it. I actually saw it quite a while ago. But I kind of dig the artwork on this, with the house at the top of the hill with the blood running down into the drain, of course referring to the iconic shower scene, and then the back with the shower knife icon. And it says, we all go a little mad sometimes. Anthony Perkins is fantastic in this, and just an all-around great movie. As much as I enjoyed this, it's been a while since I've seen this, so I do need to watch it again. But I loved Rear Window quite a bit more than this, but I am way overdue for a rewatch of this, so that's why I added it to my collection. And next up is another re-edition to my collection. This is Chronicle, sort of an exploration of what would happen if young kids got superpowers. So it's sort of a unique take on the superhero genre. This is the Blu-ray and DVD combo. And this includes the theatrical and director's cut. I've only seen the theatrical cut. I do need to watch the director's cut. But I quite enjoyed it. It calls the director's cut the Lost Footage Edition. So I'm interested to see what that's all about. Also picked this one up. This is another re-edition to my collection. This is the 4-disc Donnie Darko set, the 10th anniversary edition. I know Arrow just recently came out with a version, but this is the one that I had in my collection, and I just, because I could get this one so cheap, I didn't really feel like springing for the Arrow version. But this includes the Blu-ray that includes the theatrical version and the director's cut, and then the director's cut or actually Donnie Darko in standard definition on one DVD, and then the special features on another DVD with the number one fan, a darkumentary. That's pretty cool. And They Made Me Do It Too, The Cult of Donnie Darko featurette. This, of course, stars Jake Gyllenhaal, Jenna Malone, Drew Barrymore, Patrick Swayze, and Noah Wyle. And really, really enjoy this, but I'm interested to see the director's cut. Again, I did see it. It played at my theater in 2004, and I saw bits and pieces of it, but I don't think I ever watched it from beginning to end. Next up is A Quiet Place Part 2. Picked this up for $8, which I thought was a fantastic deal for a movie that just recently came out on Blu-ray. I have not seen this yet. I'm looking forward to watching it, but I did want to watch the first one before watching this again because I wanted to refresh my memory. I've only seen the first one once, but I've heard good things about this. Let me know what you've thought of it if you did see it. Another re-edition to my collection is Clerks, the 15th anniversary edition. And this is one of my favorite films of all time. I saw this, I remember seeing a trailer for this when I went to see Pulp Fiction in the theater, and I thought, wow, that looks really, really good, really, really weird. And then I ended up watching it on, I think on DVD, probably VHS rather, when it first came out. Yeah, it was VHS, and I owned it on VHS for the longest time. Had it on Blu-ray for a little while, ended up selling it, and then just purchased it again. Just a great movie, one of Kevin Smith's best. And unfortunately, I think he's sort of been trying to live up to this movie for the rest of his career. And then the last movie I got is a blind buy, but one that I really want to watch. And I think I'm going to do Martin Scorsese marathon in September. So we'll see. But this is Casino. It's kind of hard to see with the glossy insert there, but I picked this up for $4. And this is pretty old Blu-ray, and I can tell because it has, I think this is interesting because you don't get these anymore. This is an insert about what Blu-ray is and how to work the remote control. If you've ever wondered what all those colored buttons are on your Blu-ray player's remote, this explains it. So I think that's really cool. Not that it was worth $4 just to get that, but I'm really looking forward to actually watching this movie. This is one of those movies that has sort of escaped me that I don't know why I've never watched it. I'm usually pretty good at keeping up with Scorsese, but I have not seen this. I have not seen The Irishman, so I have two movies, two rather long movies to watch in September. So there you go. That's what I picked up for the month of August 2021. Let me know if you've seen any of these, what you thought of the ones you know, what did you watch in August, or what did you pick up? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you to everybody who subscribed recently. I really appreciate it. As always, feel free to rate this video by clicking the thumbs up. And if you want to be notified of my newest videos, click that bell and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thanks again for watching, everybody. Take it easy.